Kim Yoo Jung's slow but steady return to health has become one of the most closely followed updates in the Korean entertainment scene. After her sudden onset collapse weeks ago, fans all over the world were left worried and on edge, waiting for any sign that she was okay. And through it all, one person has been a constant presence by her side, Park Bogum. Those who have been following their journey know that the past weeks have been filled with anxiety, quiet hospital visits, and whispered updates from close insiders. But now, for the first time, there's good news. Kim Yoo Jung has been seen recovering and regaining her strength, and Park Bogum's role in her healing process has been both undeniable and deeply moving. Reports say that during her early days of recovery, Yoo Jung was still very weak and unable to leave her bed for long periods. Yet, even in those moments, Bogum was there, reading her scripts aloud so she could stay connected to her work, bringing her favorite snacks, and making sure her room was always filled with flowers to brighten her mood. Staff members noted that Bogum often stayed past visiting hours, speaking softly with her or simply holding her hand when words felt unnecessary. The bond between the two has always sparked speculation, but these recent events have only fueled the conversation. To outsiders, it might look like an unshakable friendship, but to many fans, the way Bogum has cared for Yoo Jung seems far more personal. It's the kind of devotion that can't be staged for publicity. It comes from somewhere real. Their reunion at the rehabilitation center marked another turning point. Yoo Jung, though still looking fragile, was finally able to step outside into the fresh air. And there, beside her, was Bogum, matching his pace to hers, staying close enough to catch her if she stumbled. Witnesses say they shared quiet laughter, and at one point, Yoo Jung leaned into Bogum's shoulder for support. It was a moment that felt intimate, unguarded, and honest. Sources close to the actress revealed that Bogum rearranged his entire schedule to make sure he could be there for her during this time. He even turned down several public appearances, preferring to remain by her side. This kind of sacrifice hasn't gone unnoticed, and fans have been quick to point out that it's not something just anyone would do. Online forums are buzzing with discussion about their relationship status. Some fans are convinced they are more than friends, citing Bogum's visible emotional reaction when Yoo Jung first collapsed, how he was seen wiping his eyes and holding her hand tightly before she was taken away by medics. Others believe that their bond is a mix of deep friendship and mutual respect, forged through years of working together and supporting each other through highs and lows. Yoo Jung herself has not spoken much publicly since the incident, but her management has confirmed that her recovery is going well and that she's grateful for all the love and encouragement from fans. What they didn't mention, but what insiders have shared, is that Bogum's presence has been a huge source of comfort for her. It's worth remembering that the two first worked together during a period when Yoo Jung was transitioning from child star to leading actress. Bogum reportedly took on a mentoring role at times, offering advice, encouragement, and the kind of quiet understanding that made him a trusted confidant. That foundation of trust seems to be paying off now, in the most personal way possible. Fans who have seen the recent photos of them together during her recovery have noted how at ease they seem around each other. There's no sign of stage formality, just two people who genuinely care. Even when cameras caught them walking through a quiet garden area, Bogum wasn't smiling for show. He was smiling at her, watching her carefully as if to make sure she was okay with every step she took. While some celebrities choose to keep their distance during difficult times to avoid gossip, Bogum appears to have made the opposite choice, standing beside Yoo Jung without hesitation, no matter what people might say. This level of loyalty is rare in the entertainment world, and it's one of the reasons why both stars are so beloved. And perhaps what's most touching about this entire chapter is that there's no sign of them rushing anything, whether it's her return to acting or the public narrative about their relationship. Instead, they're taking things slowly, prioritizing her health, and keeping their interactions natural and sincere. For fans, seeing Yoo Jung on the path to recovery is already a huge relief. But seeing Bogum there with her, still quietly supportive, adds another layer to this story, one that's both heartwarming and filled with possibilities for the future. Whether they remain the closest of friends or their connection deepens into something more, one thing is certain, this experience has strengthened their bond in ways that will last far beyond this difficult chapter. And for those who have been following them since the early days of their careers, this reunion is more than just a touching moment. It's a reminder that sometimes the people who matter most are the ones who stand by you through the hardest times without needing recognition or applause. Park Bogum and Kim Yoo Jung have shown exactly that. And whatever comes next, fans will be watching closely, not just for the next project they might share, but for the next quiet, real-life moment that shows the depth of what they mean to each other. In the weeks following Kim Yoo Jung's initial collapse, her schedule was completely cleared. No filming, no interviews, no events. It was a rare pause for someone whose career has been nonstop since childhood. And during this quiet stretch, Bogum became almost like a shadow, making sure that while the rest of the world moved on, Yoo Jung was never left to face her recovery alone. Staff at the facility where she's been recuperating have quietly shared how involved he's been, not just visiting for an hour and leaving, but sometimes spending the entire day nearby. If Yoo Jung had therapy in the morning, Bogum would be there with a thermos of her favorite tea. If she had a checkup in the afternoon, he'd be the one waiting outside the examination room, ready to walk her back to her room. It wasn't always about doing big, dramatic gestures. Sometimes it was just the small acts, pulling her blanket up when she fell asleep in the lounge, turning off the lights so she could rest without glare, or simply sitting beside her while scrolling quietly on his phone so she wouldn't feel alone. When photos of one of these days leaked online, Yoo Jung seated in a wheelchair, Bogum crouched down in front of her so they were eye level, it sparked a wave of emotional reactions from fans. Many pointed out how his body language spoke volumes. He wasn't towering over her, he wasn't distracted, he was fully present, making sure she felt heard and seen in that moment. Insiders have also shared that Bogum has been in close contact with Yoo Jung's family, updating them whenever she's too tired to answer calls herself. That level of involvement has been described as beyond what's expected of a friend by more than one source. This intense period of care has drawn comparisons to the way the two behaved during earlier hardships in their careers. Years ago, when Bogum faced heavy scrutiny and stress, Yoo Jung was reportedly one of the few people who reached out consistently to check on him. Now, it seems that loyalty is being returned tenfold. As Yoo Jung's strength returned, Bogum began subtly encouraging her to do more each day, short walks in the garden, light reading, even listening to music together. They developed a quiet routine that fans would have never known about if not for small hints on social media. Bogum's playlist began including songs Yoo Jung has mentioned loving in past interviews, and Yoo Jung's agency shared a photo of her with a bouquet identical to one Bogum was seen holding earlier that same day. The reunion moment that melted fans' hearts happened just last week. Yoo Jung made her first semi-public appearance since her collapse, a low-key gathering with close staff and friends to celebrate her progress. Bogum was right beside her, beaming with quiet pride, occasionally steadying her arm when she moved. One attendee shared that when Yoo Jung gave a short thank you speech, her voice wavered, and Bogum reached out to squeeze her hand under the table. For the public, these gestures might just look sweet, but for those who have followed their journey, it feels like confirmation of a bond that goes far beyond surface-level connection. It's the kind of care that you can't fake for cameras. And while they still haven't addressed the nature of their relationship directly, their actions seem to speak for them. Fans online have begun calling them the quiet couple, a nod to how they seem to let their actions, rather than official statements, tell the real story. What's next for them remains to be seen. Yoo Jung's management has hinted at her slowly returning to filming, with a focus on lighter projects that won't strain her health. Whether Bogum will appear alongside her in an upcoming project is still unknown, but many hope for a reunion on screen that reflects the real-life closeness they share now. Until then, their story remains a deeply personal one, a tale of loyalty, care, and emotional strength that's playing out away from the spotlight, yet still capturing the hearts of millions. In an industry often defined by image, it's these unscripted, real-life moments that remind us why fans fall in love with certain stars, not just for their talent, but for the way they live, love, and stand by the people who matter most.